Hi, I'm Vivek. Welcome to Scientific. Number 1. India's COVID-19 caseload is now nearing the 3 million mark, and the country is now ranked third globally in number of infections. On the other side, fatality rate has been low compared to most other majorly affected countries, and recoveries are on a steady rise. Subscribe and stay with Dr. Vivek Scientific for more updates. US FDA Approved Ointment found to treat, kill viral infections, including COVID-19. A U.S. pharma company has successfully tested a Food and Drug Administration approved over-the-counter ointment as the first line of defense against the deadly coronavirus that has so far killed over 8 lakh people globally. Scientists associated with the project said the FDA-registered non-prescription over-the-counter (OTC) ointment has been proven to prevent, treat and kill viral infections including coronavirus. As per the lab report states, no infectious virus was detected after 30 seconds of T3X treatment, the pharma company said in a statement. Number 2. Do you know, the COVID-19 pandemic has the potential to become deadlier than the 1918 flu pandemic? The COVID-19 pandemic has the potential to become more deadly than the 1918 flu pandemic, a new study suggests. To compare the current pandemic with last century's, a group of researchers focused on a sliver of the world that was hard hit by both viruses, according to a Life Science report. In the spring, SARS-CoV-2 hammered New York City, causing more than 19,000 known deaths, and more than 4,600 probable deaths. They found that during the peak of the 1918 influenza outbreak in New York City, a total of 31,589 all-cause deaths, this included death from any cause, occurred among the 5.5 million residents that lived there at the time. The all-cause mortality in the peak of the influenza pandemic in 1918 was 2.8 times higher than during the same months in previous years. In contrast, for the early 2020 COVID-19 outbreak in New York City, they found that 33,465 deaths from all causes occurred among 8.28 million residents between March 11th and May 11th. The all-cause mortality in those months of 2020 were 4.15 times higher than those months between 2017 and 2019. That means that in the peak of the 1918 influenza pandemic in NYC about 287 per 100,000 people died a month from any cause in NYC, whereas during the early COVID-19 outbreak, about 202 per 100,000 people died a month in the city. So the all-cause mortality during the spring of 2020 was 70% of the all-cause mortality during the fall of 1918, according to the report. Sweden recorded the highest death tally from all causes it's had in 150 years in the first half of 2020, according to CNN. The country registered 51,405 deaths between January and June of this year, which is 6,500 more deaths than the same period last year. That's the highest number of deaths the country has had between January and June since 1869, when there was a famine, and 55,431 people died. When the coronavirus hit, Sweden didn't go into a lockdown and emphasized that people should be individually responsible, according to CNN. Still, only 7.3% of people in Stockholm developed antibodies to the virus, according to CNN. By early June, more than 4,500 people had died from the coronavirus in the country. Now, there's more than 5,800 people who have died from the virus. Russia says its coronavirus vaccine, Sputnik V, will soon be tested on 40,000 people in a phase 3 trial, according to CNBC. Production of the vaccine, which received domestic regulatory approval for a select group of people earlier this month, is expected to start in September, according to CNBC. Health experts are expressing concerns over how fast the vaccine was approved and how little data is available, according to CNBC. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment.